Well, hello, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and today is our October 2nd, 2014 bi-weekly massage chair industry update. And we've got some good things to cover today, and I'll get going right away. First of all, I will give you a little update on stock. The Inada Dreamwave in cream is back ordered until the 25th of October. Now, this chair was back ordered until this week, and they just got a new shipment in the tail end of last week and delivered this week, and they're already out of stock again. So what that does is it speaks to the notion that it's something that I've addressed many times in this bi-weekly update throughout the years. If you're going to get a chair, don't wait until closer to Christmas. If you want to get a chair, order it soon so you can get in on the colors, because the demand will start to pick up here October, November, December. It's going to go crazy, and you may not have much choice as the longer you wait. So if there's something back, and that's the other lesson is, if it's back ordered, don't wait for the back order to come in. Order now, so that when the back order shipment comes in, you can go ahead and get your chair in that shipment. But if you don't and you wait, you might be ending up like the cream chair with the Dreamwave Cream, which just now is out of stock, but it just came in this week. So anyways, also in stock, the taupe Osaki 7075 is back ordered, and the black 7200 CR from Osaki is back ordered, and there's no date of when they're going to be in. The Human Touch, Panasonic, Infinite Therapeutics, they all seem to be in stock. Kozia seems to be, everything seems to be in stock. So if you need anything right now, is a good time to get a chair, but again, don't wait if something's back ordered. Get it now. Luraco, which has the one model, the 6S, the iRobotic 6S, has just announced that they've come out with a new version, the i6SL. And what the i6SL has is it's got genuine leather components on the areas of the body that touch the body, on the areas of the chair that touch the body, the neck, the arms, and the feet. So you've got some leather components now to that. Also, they've decreased there's a noise reduction feature, or not feature, but they've introduced some kind of way to decrease the noise of the chair. And the chair did have an airbag thing. You could hear the airbags going as it was inflating and deflating, but it was actually kind of hypnotic, to be honest, and sometimes it almost helped you relax more just hearing the repetitive sound of the airbags inflating and deflating. Well, I assume that's where they've introduced the new noise reduction technology to decrease the sound of the airbags. Also, was there something else about that chair? Oh, it's got an improved neck and shoulder massage. So I don't know what it's like. I haven't felt it. I only have the 6S in our showroom, but I suspect that it's probably a deeper, maybe a little bit more sophisticated neck and shoulder massage. So that's from Luraco. Also, the free report that you can get on our website, if you go down to the bottom of any page on our website, or to the right-hand corner of any page on our blog or article library, or on our YouTube channel, on any video in the description, you'll see you can click a link and request to download our free report, which in the past has been called 5 things you absolutely need to consider when investing in a high-quality robotic massage chair. Well, we've changed it to 8 things that you must consider, absolutely must consider. I've updated I've upgraded or updated the report. It's actually the report that I upgraded in my book, The Ultimate Massage Chair Buyer's Guide, which you can get on Amazon, either as a Kindle download or a paperback hard copy. But that report's been upgraded to 8 things. So if you'd like to get a report that talks about things you really need to consider when you're looking to buy a massage chair, check out our report, the 8 things that you absolutely need to consider. And you can get at those places that I just told you about. Also, let's see. I wrote a review, a 2-part review, comparing the Inada Dreamwave to the Inada Flex 3S. Now, they're very similar looking chairs, but they're very different functioning chairs, and I go over that in this review. Part 1 talks about the similarities between the 2 chairs. Part 2 talks about the differences, and hopefully that'll give you a better sense of what you're getting with each chair. Now, there's a couple $1,000 difference in price between the Dreamwave and the Flex 3S, and they look similar, but the Flex 3S is a different chair, a smaller chair, doesn't have the same feature set. Great chair, as any Inada product is, but different. So you can check out that review if you'd like to know what those differences are. Also, let's see. I just got back this week, actually. Just got back yesterday from Boston. I flew out to Boston on Monday, spent the day, all day Tuesday with Infinite Therapeutics. They're the importers and the distributors of the Infinity line of chairs, like the Infinity IT 8500, the Infinity Yoshi. Great bunch of guys. I got out there late Monday night. And the story of getting there was a story in and of itself. I was on the way to the airport. I had, I think, a 10 or 11 o'clock flight on Southwest, and I got a flat tire on the 215 here in Salt Lake going to the airport, and I didn't have a spare with me, so I had to call AAA. They come pick me up, take my car to the tire shop. I get new tires. While I'm there, I book a new flight on United because there were no more flights available on Southwest. So I book a flight on United, and then by the time my tires are done and I get back to my house, and that flight was supposed to leave at 4:30 that afternoon, I get an email that says, an alert from United saying because of the air traffic controller problems in Chicago, and this flight had a stopover in Chicago before it went to Boston, the flight was delayed an hour. Well, my layover in Chicago was only 45 minutes, so I was going to miss that flight. So I was just frantic, and I'd canceled the hotel. Then I called United to see if there was any option. They said, yes, we can put you on a different airline. So they put me on a Delta flight, and they got me directly from Boston or from Salt Lake to Boston. Monday night, I left about 5:30, got into Boston around midnight, 12:15, and tell you, by the time I got to the hotel, it was 1 in the morning. I was beat. I was exhausted. Fortunately, I was able to book another hotel, but it was further away, and it was a nightmare. Well, I finally got there, and all day Tuesday I spent with the guys from Infinite Therapeutics, and it was awesome. Michael Malone is the national dealer manager, and he's the guy that kind of is my point man at Infinite Therapeutics. Great guy. Young guy. Like these young guys, I'm just amazed at how savvy the young kids are. And, you know, these kids that are around 30 years old, and when I was that age, I wasn't that sharp. I think I was a complete idiot, to be quite frank with you. But Michael and a lot of these guys I deal with are just sharp guys. Well, anyways, needless to say, he took me out to New Hampshire where their offices are, which was about a 45-minute drive. Had a wonderful day of visiting with Michael Garceau, the president, Jim Coppins, the vice president, who I've done interviews with in the past. There's two of them on our two different occasions I've interviewed Jim talking about massage chairs, and they're on our YouTube channel. You can check those interviews out. And of course with Michael, and I met Mary, who takes care of all the logistics, and Rochelle, who sends all the tracking information. I went to, and this was in their main office, and a mile down the road they've got their tech support office where they have their tech support guys like Ian and Tim and a couple other guys, and they have a big kind of a warehouse there where they don't have their stock there. They have chairs that are getting refurbished, chairs that are getting repaired. They have all their parts there, and these guys know these chairs inside and out. They take them apart, they put them back together again. They fix the chairs, they refurbish them. It's really a pretty impressive setup there. And then they have, of course. And I just learned this. I knew that they ship chairs out of Oregon. I knew that they had a warehouse in Oregon, but they have a warehouse in Memphis, Tennessee, which I did not know. So that's why if you order a chair from me and I send the order into Infinite Therapeutics, you will get your chair like quick, like 3 to 5 days, which is pretty incredible. If you're on the west side of the States, they ship it out of Oregon. And I remember one lady who lived in Spokane that ordered a chair, and she got a phone call from the shipping company who wanted to schedule an appointment with her before she even got the tracking information that I still hadn't received. So I get the tracking information from the company, I forward it to the customer, and they can call or go online and find out where their chair is. It was so quick that that she got the chair before I even got tracking information, which is remarkable. Well, I didn't know they had a hub in a warehouse in Memphis, so now they can cater to the East Coast from their Memphis warehouse. So you'll get your chair pretty quick if it's from Infinite Therapeutics. I was impressed with that. Anyway, so we spent the day yakking, and I took some video, and I'll get the video together. I always carry my video camera with me whenever I go visit one of these companies. And I've been to Human Touch, I've been to Inada, I've been to Laraco, I've been to Osaki, and it's always great. And you know what? Every one of these companies has wonderful people, and I just love working with them, and I love interacting with them. They're great people, and I just love it. And even though sometimes some of the company's protocols I don't care much for, the way they actually manage the distribution of their chairs, or the shipping of the chairs, or the handling of customer support issues, regardless of the protocol around which these people have to function, the people are great. And I really enjoy working with them. And Infinite Therapeutics is no exception. These guys were great, and they treated me like royalty. I mean, geez, we spent the morning talking massage chairs, and that's awesome. For a massage chair guy like me, that's awesome, because I never get to talk about massage chairs. Who am I going to talk to about my son, who doesn't really know much about it? Who am I going to talk to? There's some customers that know as much or maybe more than I do about massage chairs, but there's not many. So to be able to sit down for 2, 3, 4 hours and talk massage chairs is like I'm in heaven. And that was how it was. So anyways, I got to see their facilities. They had my book on they had my book, The Ultimate Massage Chair Buyer's Guide, on their little table in their showroom, in their little store there, which I thought was awesome. And of course, they probably just planted it there to make me feel good, but I thought it was awesome seeing it there. Anyways, after that, we go back into Boston, and Michael has been my escort the whole morning. He's the guy that picked me up from the hotel, and he's the national dealer manager. Here he is taking a day out from his busy schedule, no doubt, and he's driving me all over the place. We went into Boston and went on a tour of Fenway Park. Are you kidding me? The oldest stadium in the oldest baseball stadium in the country. I've never been out east before, and here I'm in Fenway Park. Like, I was actually, like, I'm sitting in a seat that's 80 years old, and I'm looking at the Green Monster. I'm on top of the Green Monster, actually. I went on top of the Green Monster. They have seats up there. And I'm seeing the little red, like, out in the bleachers, in the right field bleachers. It's all green chairs, all green seats, except for one red one. And the story is that Ted Williams hit a ball out there, and it hit a guy who was napping on the chair. He was wearing a hat, it covered his eyes, didn't even know what was going on. Ball hits him, knocks him out. Doesn't kill him, just knocks him out. He wakes up, doesn't know what happens. Well, it turns out that this shot was a 502-foot shot by Ted Williams, the longest hit in Fenway Park history. And they have the seat. It's a red seat out in the middle of all these green ones. Pretty cool stuff. And anyways, I got to see Fenway Park. You know, you look down there and you go, geez, Babe Ruth stood at that home plate. Cy Young pitched from that pitcher's mound. I mean, it's like surreal. It's absolutely surreal. Anyways, that was a blast. And then after that, we go to see the Boston Marathon finish line and where the bombs went off, which is a tragic thing. And it's very humbling and sobering to stand there and see a place where one of the bombs went off. But there's the finish line, and it's just beautiful. Then we go watch, I'm a hockey fan. I don't know if you know that. I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan. It's hard to be a fan of the Oilers right now because they've not done well for quite a few years. But I love hockey. I play hockey with my son. We play all the time. We play in a league. I play a couple of noon hours a week. I love hockey. Well, they get tickets to go see the Boston Bruins, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the East, against the New York Islanders. Here I am sitting in the TD Gardens in Boston watching the Boston Bruins playing against the New York Islanders. I was in heaven. We were 11 rows up from the blue line. I couldn't believe it. It was just an amazing day, amazing day. And of course, I had to get up at 4 in the morning to catch the flight back, which, by the way, went well. And now I'm back here dealing with all this, and I can't even remember where I was going with this. I just went off on a tangent. But anyways, Infinite Therapeutics guys were fantastic. Thank you to Michael and both Michaels and Jim and everybody over there. Just wonderful people. And they've got a great customer support department, by the way. Like, it is a good customer support department. They will take care of you if you ever have a problem with their chair. Anyways, they announced to me while I was there that, okay, the Infinity Yoshi is a popular chair, but the biggest beef that people have with it, and this is the chair that has that extended roller track that goes down, what they call the L track, down into the butt and massages your butt. It's the only reputable chair that really does that. Well, it's a white one. It's a white plastic shell with either a berry red, a caramel brown, or a black interior. Well, the exterior's always been white, and it looks like, Captain Kirk's chair on the Starship Enterprise, the captain's seat. And people have loved the chair, but a lot of the wives didn't like the color. It's like, are you kidding? I'm not putting that in my house or my living room or whatever. That was probably the biggest deterrent to people buying the Yoshi, because it's a great chair. Great massage. Well, as it turns out, they just announced to me that they've come out with a black exterior, and it's going to be here available in 2 weeks. So now we've got a black exterior Yoshi, and it's going to have the black interior option or the caramel brown interior option, not the berry red. But I think it's going to be a sharp looking chair. And it's going to be something that people are going to like, because it's not going to be so ostentatious as the white exterior. And I think this is going to be a hit. So for those of you that want the Yoshi and you don't want the white, the black's coming. Hang in there. It's not too far away. I think the only other thing I have to mention is I got an email from a customer of mine. His name's Buck, and a nice guy, very good customer. Bought a chair from me. He was very happy with the service he received. But when he got the chair, he didn't like the smell of it. And I've heard this before from customers. Some of the chairs that are made of this synthetic leather or faux leather, some of the chairs have a scent, kind of an odor to it, a new chair scent, if you want to call it that. But for some people, it's a rather poignant scent, and it's a little toxic to them. Well, Buck had mentioned this in an email to me. He told me the chair came, everything was good. It came on time, everything was all right. But the smell was a little too overwhelming for him, and he was waiting to find out if the smell would go away or if there's anything he could do to get rid of the smell a little quicker. Well, and he was telling me how much of a concern this was to him. Well, I emailed him back in a short email. I said, thanks for your feedback. That's great. This is awesome stuff. And I said, I hope you'll share a review on our website when when you've had a chance to sit in the chair and experience it and share all this with our viewing and reading audience. Well, he emailed back saying, you know, gee, I don't know if Dr. Widener read this, because he's the kind of guy that I would suspect would read my email and actually not think that having this scent that is quite disturbing be awesome stuff. And I felt I was embarrassed when I got I break out of a nervous sweat whenever I get uncomfortable with something I've done or said, and that happens a lot, I might add. Well, anyways, I emailed Buck back right away, and I said, geez, thanks so much for your review. It was me. I did read your email, and what I meant by awesome stuff was this objectivity is awesome. Like, I love reviews on our website because people can tell everybody who's looking for a massage chair what their experience was really like. Either the experience of shopping, the experience of figuring out what chair is right, the experience of getting a chair, the experience of dealing with us, the experience of dealing with customer support after they've got the chair. All these things are good to know. But a lot of people say all the good things. Oh, this is great, that's great, that's great. If everybody says this is great on every chair, it wouldn't look authentic. So it's nice to have an objective view on things. So when Buck wrote about the scent, I have heard this from other people. He's not the first guy to tell me about this. I thought, this is great. This is awesome, because now he's verbalized it so well in his email. Put this on our review so other people can hear this. So I had to explain that to him. So if I say something like that to you, awesome stuff, when you say, man, the service sucked, or the delivery guy stunk, or I can't get a hold of their customer support, that's awesome. Like, I like to hear that, because I like to hear what's really going on with the customer, and I like that review to be shared with other people who are looking, so it can help them make a decision about which chair is right for them. So anyways, to Buck, I say, I'm so sorry for being maybe flippant about your email. It really, I appreciate stuff like that. That's why I think it's so awesome, because I love the good and the bad. I don't just have to hear wonderful things all the time. If there's something you don't like about the chair, people want to know. If there's something you don't like about me, if you don't like my twitch, or if you don't like the space between my teeth, or how fast I talk, that's okay. Share that. People need to know what they're getting into. Anyways, well, I think that's about it for this week. I can't, what happened to my sheet? Oh, there it is. I think we're pretty much done. If you have any questions, one more thing. Sometimes on my comparison chart, which is the most thorough comparison chart out there, it took me months to put it together a couple of years ago, and it's the most read thing on our site. Like, other than the home page, the comparison chart's the most utilized page on my site. People love that to compare chairs. Sometimes the data is not right. Not very often, but once in a while I'll get someone email me saying, hey, your site says this is about this chair, and another site says this about the chair. Which one's right? So I'll email the company and I'll find out what the right answer is, and I'll get it done. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes it's not right, but I just basically put in information there that has been fed to me either by my own experience of the chair, having it in our showroom, or by getting information from the company. Well, Infinite Therapeutics told me when I was out there that I had a 300-pound weight limit on the IT8500 and the IT8100. There is not in the Yoshi, it's a 285-pound weight limit, not 300. It's only a 15-pound difference, but it is different. But it is not, it's inconsistent. The IT9800 does have a 350-pound weight limit, and I think the IT7800 has a 265-pound weight limit. But see, that little small thing might confuse a consumer, and the consumer does not need to be confused when they're spending $4,000 to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 on a massage chair. They need to know the facts. So if you ever use the comparison chart and you find that something's not right, something's amiss, let me know, and I'll do the research on it. And if we're mistaken, I'll change it. If we're correct, I'll let you know. But anyways, I think that was the last thing I needed to share with you. Well, that's it for this week's massage chair industry update. I will see you in a couple of weeks. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to thumbs up, like us, share us, subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can be updated about subsequent videos. If there's anything else that you have questions about, you can call me at 888-259-5380, or go down into the comment section here and leave a comment, or go on our website and chat with me, or email me. I'm always available. And if you can't get a hold of me, you can leave a message and I will eventually get back to you. Well, again, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.